Hey you guys, this is Paleolithic Alpha Coroeno. One Piece fans, manga fans, anime fans. I just read One Piece manga chapter 767, and I think I'm gonna go back to the whole summary review thing. I'm not sure, and I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna go back right to the review slash summaries because I think I like it. I like doing it that way, even though it's imperfect and I just suck at recalling things. But at the beginning, we see Doflamingo and his dad and Rocinante being held by Don Quixote Homing, I think that's his name. But Doflamingo is holding a pistol, and Treble is still there. Treble standing in the background saying everyone's knocked out. And this is the interesting thing. Treble was there when Doflamingo was a little kid. And another thing I have noted, but a lot of people, but nobody has really brought to context, is Treble had in one of his appearances, a full body appearance, he was wearing chains at his feet. He was wearing chains, and I just don't get that. I'm thinking maybe Treble is one of Doflamingo's slaves. Maybe some of the most maybe maybe Treble himself is just a slave. I don't think I saw any other of them there, but Rocinante said that the top four seats are executives. They were the ones that know Doflamingo's true nature, which means to me that was implying that they were there when he killed his father. They know that he killed his father. They know that he's a vile man. Treble, in my opinion, in my theory, is one of Doflamingo's slaves as a kid that I think he still had or got somehow. I don't know, and maybe he was loyally stuck around. I don't know. Um, and maybe that's how he has the beta no mi or whatever, that sticky Logia fruit. I don't know. Maybe Doflamingo fed it to him or something. Because when you see that, the world nobles have a sick tendency of treating their slaves like crap. And at the same time, as we saw Boa Hancock and her sisters, the world nobles also have a habit of feeding some of their slaves, or at least those guys, fed their slaves devil fruits. And if you notice, most of Doflamingo's crew have devil fruits. Now, I'm not saying, okay, well, all of his crew are slaves, but Treble most likely, to me, had the slave appearance. I think he had shackles around his arm, around his wrists, and his legs. I know he had some around his ankles, but I'm not sure. And Doflamingo was wondering why did his father take his power from him, and he just said, "I'm sorry that I wasn't a better father." And Doflamingo just pulled the trigger. Um, and I just don't get it. Power was that important to Doflamingo. I mean, power is just so important to him. I just don't understand. And I understand where Rocinante comes from now. Because if I had an evil sibling like that, I wouldn't even want to deal with it. And if I know he killed our parent, I would want him dead. But Rocinante doesn't even want that. He just wants him stopped. And the thing that got me was Rocinante put Law in the chest, then did the mute fruit thingy, the mute canceling out her calm. So Law's voice would be negated. And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure when Doflamingo appeared, he was still using the mute. I'm using his mute fruit or sound canceling devil fruit only to talk to Law and only that Law can hear. And I just my heart kind of got like a whole bunch of feels. I caught so many feels in that episode because the way I saw it. Rocinante told Law, "I love you," before he put him in the chest, and I'm just like, and he did that silly smile, and that made me just really like Rocinante a lot more because he was goofy, yet he was cool, and if I didn't know any better, I would have thought he was a Will of D user. And when Doflamingo confronted him and asked him where where Law was and where the devil fruit was, he told him that Law ate the devil fruit and that Law doesn't, and that Law is with the Marines. Luckily enough, the Marines said they had captured somebody or had caught somebody. And when Doflamingo was asked what he would do with Law, he explained that he would get Law, that he would have to teach Law the importance of dying for him. So I think so. Then now we see that Rocinante clearly wants Doflamingo to. I mean, we clearly see Doflamingo wants Law to die to give him eternal life. Now, I don't know in what context this eternal life means. Is it eternal youth? Is it sheerly invincible? I have no idea. But cool. But this is just simply just outstanding to me. And they was both pointing guns at each other, but Doflamingo pulled the trigger and just shot Rocinante just brutally dead. Um, and let's see about another thing. Um, I mean, I just felt so sad at that scene because Rocinante, even then after he got shot, he was holding on for his life. He was trying to hold on to Law could escape. And when that happened, Law finally did get out, and the birdcage was removed. And and when that happened, I think a buster call happened. I'm not sure if it was a buster call, or I think it was a buster call because they was shooting. Because the Marines were firing, the Marines, Navy, whatever you want to call it, they was firing the crap out of that island. And Law was just crying and screaming, and the cannon fire just covered up his screaming. And we could see Rocinante's body being covered up by snow. And I could see now why Doflamingo really, really really, I mean, now I can see why Law really, 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 really hates Doflamingo, because when you have such a cool guy like Rocinante, and he's did all this stuff for Doflamingo, I mean, he did all this stuff for Law, and then you have this evil dude do all this evil stuff and kill the person that really cared for you, you'd be hell bent on revenge as well. And I'm just like, Law must have really thought real long and hard about this, because this is a put together plan. I mean, this Doflamingo, so most plans won't go planned out against him. Um, I'm curious what happened to the Nagi no Mi. That's what I'm interested in, because since we've learned about Ace's death, and since we learned from Ace's death, and kind of Caesar's pet Smiley, we've learned that or I think it is Smiley, but we've learned that the Devil fruits, when the user dies, it transfers into the nearest fruit, or at least in that case. So I'm like, I wonder who has his Devil fruit. Is it out there or whatever? Um, and to go back a little bit further at the beginning to other interactions, Doflamingo interacted with Dory, or the pirate captain who had the Ope no Mi at the beginning, and Dory asked him, "Did you steal it?" And Doflamingo was like, "If that was the case, I wouldn't be here in this mess." And Doflamingo just shot him, I think, and just killed him. But to me, it was just brutal. It was just literally brutal. Doflamingo has like no mercy, and when he heard that it was on the Marine, when he heard that Law was on the Marine ship, or supposedly on there, he said that they would just sneak on and get Law back. And I'm just like, the way Doflamingo says this is like, it's just no problem. Like he could just he just got skills to get him no problem right back. And I think we've seen it. We've seen Birdcage in action now. That's what I'm really interested about. Um, Unlike right now in Just Rosa, we've seen Birdcage in full action on Minion Island, and no one survived. No one had survived that. That move is like really brutal. I think I can see why that's Doflamingo's ace in the hole, because no one can get in, no one can get out, everyone dies. It's like no one can tell if no one's alive. But I was just shocked by a lot of things in that chapter. Um, I really don't know. I really don't know. And I was kind of interested in what type of relationship Sengoku had to Rocinante, and I'm sad that it actually went down like that. I want to see what Sengoku's reaction if he heard Rocinante died, because it seems that it was pretty close in the flashback. Rocinante was like he had no family, and Sengoku was like, "Oh, you have no family? Well, you can come join us." And I was just like, that could have been like a fatherly bond after that. And I'm just like sad that Rocinante just wasn't there long enough. Who knows? Rocinante could have been like probably a vice admiral. I don't know. I really don't know. But but as for the killing of Rocinante, I was thinking it would be more of an all-out fight between the two. But seeing how badly Virgo beat up Rocinante, that destroyed all hopes of a Doflamingo Rocinante fight. And then you look at Rocinante's abilities. His abilities are more for stealth. They're not more. They're not really just flat out, just attacking. And it's not really an offensive thing. It's more like a. It's more like a stealth and cunning and just very very special ops. I think he probably should not have become an executive per se, and I think he should have got one of the roles. I think that Treble, I think that Baby Five and all the other ones have. But quote me out, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me how did you like this chapter? What was some things you had in mind? What were some theories you had about Doflamingo's past? Do you think Treble is a slave, or Trevor, whatever his name is? Tell me what you think. Quote me out, like, comment, rate, subscribe. Share my One Piece review videos. Share my anime review videos. Have fun with it. Bye.